going to talk about the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, and we are going to talk about a team made of refugees and some current events that could affect the Olympic Games in Rio. So I'd like to start by asking Arthur, what are some current events that could affect the Rio Olympic Games, in your opinion? You are mute.
Well, there's a concern because of the
Mhm.
Zika virus. Many people are getting sick because of that, and
Mhm.
we are going to receive people from a lot of places. It's a really concerning thing.
Yes, I agree with you. We don't have just the outbreak of Zika virus, we also have dengue and chikungunya, uh, and those illnesses are caused by the same mosquito.
Yeah, that's
But
really concerning.
yes, I agree with you. But people will be able to wear repellents and so on. Um, do you have more concerns besides the outbreaks, Arthur?
Yeah, there's the violence situation, but I guess that they were already counting on that when they in the preparation for the event. So for me, the most concerning thing is the outbreaks.
Okay. Yes. Maybe they will put the army on the streets to protect people,
Yeah, yes,
like they have done before in some events.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, oh, sorry.
No, please. Uh, you
Yeah,
might
no, I
speak.
was just going to
You may
say
speak.
that in the Pan-Americano event, everything went well.
Mm-hmm. That's true. All right. Thank you, Arthur. Amparo. Beginning in 2015, many refugees traveled to Europe to seek asylum. Why do you think they did it? And
People from Syria, for example,
yes, exactly.
because of the situation in those countries, internal crisis, they are just like a civil war inside with the support of some countries. Unfortunately, it's not a good place to live. They That is why they have trying to move just crossing Libya or another country to get the coast of Europe to seek for asylum. But it's in this attempt, many people have died. Even when some countries had said that they have been open to receive them, and they have mistreated these people. Sometimes they are receiving just and they have to 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 go through bad situation just to be humiliated on the borders because people it's just in desperation. Um, well, the situation hasn't improved too much since last years. No, not at
Uh-huh.
all.
I agree with you. You know, some countries say, "Oh, it's okay. We are going to help them," but then those people have to go through a lot of prejudice, bias, and they suffer a lot from discrimination, so on. Yes, Arthur, over 1 million people have fled their countries. Most of these people coming from Syria, Afghanistan, and Iran. Why do you think that is?
Because of the war, there are conflicts in that region, so these people have not a lot of options, so they have to flee.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's very sad because people on Europe are not receiving them with welcome arms. So that's a very sad situation.
mhm, indeed, I agree with you. And do you think Brazil would be a good place for the refugees? Why or why not?
Well, we have space, and I think our people would care, but there's the problem with the for the people come to here, they will need to be brought on here. They don't have how to walk over here. Yeah, they are going to Europe in some boats and even walking because
Yes.
it's the nearest place. Here in Brazil, I think it will be impossible for them to get here
Mm-hmm.
in the ways they are able to.
Yes, maybe if we had the resources or the money to afford their
Yeah,
trip.
put everyone in a boat and bring them here.
Yes, but our economy is not that great, right?
Yeah, that's the argument for the countries around this situation, but I think I don't buy that. There, I mean, more people is more people to work. I guess we could use this labor to produce something, to make
Mm-hmm.
something useful out of that. But the thing is that they don't have many ways to get here.
Yes, but they would be a cheaper workforce. I agree. What do you think, MP? Let me say hello to Ken first. Hi, Ken.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for coming. I'm very happy that
You're
you are
welcome.
here.
Mhm.
We are going to talk about the Olympic Games, but we are talking about the refugees, and then I will explain why I brought up this topic. Okay? What do you
Okay.
think, MP? Do you think Brazil would be a good place for the refugees? Why or why not?
Well, I think Brazil is a big country, but also they have their own problems, like they have problem with the Zika, for example, and the problems with the government. People are not happy there, so I don't know if it's going to bring to give them the um, a security to stay there. Probably you are able to receive a small quantity of people, but not a lot of refugees from, and it's also too far from these countries, and probably it's not the best option at this moment. There are many conflicts inside with the corruption, with the former president Lula, and
Mm-hmm.
well, all this situation. I think it um, just made that Brazil have a not opportunity for these people that they want to have in a place that they gave them just a calm place to live, to restart their life, and I think and that situation is not the more appropriate.
Yes, I agree with you. We have our own problems now that we have to face, and yes, it would take a toll on the government. Uh-huh. Thank you, Imp. Ken, could you please read the slide for us?
Okay. An Olympic team made of refugees. The Executive Board of the International Olympic Committee (IOC) today created a team of refugee Olympic athletes of the Olympic Games Rio 2016. It will be threatened at the Olympic Games like all the other teams of the 206 National Olympic Committee (NOCS) by welcoming the teams of refugee Olympic athletes to the Olympic Games Rio 2016. We want to send a message of hope for all refugees in our world, said IOC President Thomas Bach. The IOC already works with a number of United Nations agencies to help refugees around the world. For the last 20 years, the IOC has been using sport to support healing and development among young refugees in many camps and settlements around the world. They have consequently seen thousands of refugees benefit from sports programs and equipment donated by the IOC.
Thank you, Kim. The word is treated, not threatened.
Treated.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move. So, Arthur, what are some issues that Rio might face with construction for the Olympics?
In my opinion, the worst problem that Rio is currently facing because of the Olympics is the depletion of the infrastructure of the city. They are building many things, but other things that mm, mm, are very important to the people here are being shut down or just not functioning well. They are closing hospitals, closing libraries, and this money is not going to the right place, in my opinion. They built a museum. They are going to build a train track in the middle of the city, but
Yes.
the universities are the people that work in universities are not receiving their salary. The libraries are closing. The situation is really bad. In my opinion, they are spending the money in the wrong place.
Yes, I agree with you in part. That's true. We have a crisis in the health field, in the education. Uh, mhm. And you think it is a waste of money.
Yeah, why build a museum? We already have a
Yes,
lot of museum. They
uh-huh,
built a huge museum.
the Museum of the Future, something like
Yeah,
that.
we don't need another museum. We have a lot of them. We have as much as 5 museums in the city already. We don't
Hmm.
need another one.
Yes, I agree with you. Imp, what are some other concerns? Money, time? What do you think that are the concerns that my country has now?
Well, I think with it's this kind of event, there are a lot of people coming. So I don't know if the money that they are going to spend there is good enough to for the country to invest the lot of money that they are investing, for example, in building a new stadiums or something like that. That it's there are some buildings that you are not going to use so often, and you are investing a lot of money on it. Also, when you have to think about the mobilization, if the transportation enough for moving thousands of people during this season, and also the people that it's just working as always and the same hour. So there are many things that the security, for example, I suppose that they have to increase with private security or more policemen that represent more expenses for the country. And I don't know if all the money that they are receiving as a state is going to be enough for just to gain some kind of money. All this is investment for a future to say that is for increasing the tourism, for example.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's compensated. It's the same here when we have, for example, the Miss Universe here, uh, from some years ago, and it's supposed to get more tourism around the country. But I don't think that just 2 or 3 minutes that we have on camera, it was enough for that. I think that was something that it was decided in a rush without thinking too much, and then well, there is also a building that is there that it was created for this event, and I think that it is used just 4, 3, or 5 times a year. So it's something that is ridiculous to invest on it.
I see your point. Thank you very much, Amy. Hi, Marta.
Hi Anna, hi guys, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for coming. I'm very happy that you are with us. Okay, thank you. Kim, do you think Rio is a safe place for visitors and athletes? I know that you've been
Mhm. Mhm.
hearing about. What's your opinion?
Mm, I don't know the situation of Brazil and Rio de Janeiro so much, so I
Well,
don't know. No
I
idea.
think you've heard about the outbreak, Zika, dengue, chikungunya,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and also the violence. So, what do you think? Do you think it's an unsafe place, or do you think the government will be able to solve this problem on time?
Maybe if it's possible, the government will help the problem. Yeah, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay,
Because
keep
if the
going.
people have a problems or usually crime rate will get higher. So solving problems is very important to get security in the society.
Okay, yes, we have to remain optimistic about it. Thank you very much, Kim. Marta, could you please read the slides for us?
Sure. Um, Welcome to Rio Olympic Park. Built in the Barra Zone near the Brazilian megalopolis on the side of the old Jara- Jacarepaguá racetrack, Rio Olympic Park is almost finished. The Carioca Arena is where the basketball, judo, taekwondo, wrestling and fencing competitions will be held. On the edge of these three linked circular buildings there is the future arena, a square-shaped building which will host the handball events. Then, on the other side of the Olympic Boulevard there is the aquatic stadium, home to some of the swimming events. On the other side of the Carioca arenas is the velodrome, where the track and field competitions will be held. Finally, there is the tennis complex, with its central court and all the other courts. The broadcast and main press centers are located close by.
Thank you very much, Marta.
Thank you, Anna.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, now let's listen to a podcast, and I'd like you to try to catch the answers, okay?
Okay.
I will post the link on the chat box. Hold on. Just 1 second. Okay. The first one is just the podcast. I'm going to share a second link, and it also has the transcription. But if you could try just to answer by listening, it will be better for you. But it's up to you if you want to just listen or you want to see the transcription, okay?
Okay.
So let's do that. Let's click on the link and let's listen to it. Thank you.
Mhm.
The NPR One app now has an Explore feature, so you can check out suggestions based on what you like.
more stories, more podcasts, more things you didn't know you love. Download NPR One and start exploring. When Rio de Janeiro was awarded the Summer Olympics a few years ago, Brazil was on a high. It had a growing middle class and a currency that was gaining strength. Things are a lot different today, with less than 7 months to go before the big event. NPR's Lourdes Garcia Navarro reports.
Instead of the Summer Games, you might as well call these mini games. Marcelo Barreto is a famous Brazilian TV sports journalist, and he's covered mega sporting events for 20 years all over the world. In 2009, when his home city of Rio won the 2016 Olympics, the atmosphere, he says, was electric.
It was a very optimistic moment for Brazil. And I think the Olympics were another message that we were being accepted by the developed world. It wasn't about the events themselves. It was about Brazil.
The rising nation finally meeting its potential. Fast forward to today. There's a crashing economy, impeachment proceedings against the president, a huge corruption scandal, panic over a mosquito-borne virus linked to brain damage in infants. Despite that, he says,
we are going to deliver good games.
There is a race, as always, to get things done in time. Things won't work exactly as planned, but the 2016 games will go on.
But I don't think it matters so much right now. There's a feeling of disappointment in the air. People are concerned with more pressing, urgent things right now.
Like a healthcare crisis in Rio. Rio state government gets much of its revenue from oil production, as this is the main hub of the country's oil wealth. Except the price of a barrel is very low, leaving the state practically bankrupt. The most visible sign has been at state hospitals.
I'm outside the hospital Albert Schweitzer. This is a state hospital, and there are literally dozens of people crowding the entrance, trying to get into the hospital. It's extremely chaotic. Realmente, uma contradição mesmo. Nós precisamos.
Cristiane Silva was waiting outside the hospital to see her husband, who's being treated inside. She says it's a huge contradiction that we're hosting these games and we have this health crisis, spending money we just don't have, she says. Over the past month in Rio, one woman gave birth on the sidewalk because a hospital wasn't admitting patients due to funding issues. The main doctors' union said this week that the health system in Rio isn't capable of dealing with the influx of tourists for the Games. Alberto Malchik is the Olympics editor at Rio's biggest daily, O Globo. The crisis has completely impacted the Olympic Games, he says. They have no money. They can't incur any last-minute costs, he says. Budgets have been slashed across the board, from the opening games to the closing ceremony, he says. Right now, one of the Olympic stadiums, which will be used for athletics, just had its water and light cut off because of unpaid bills. The builder for another two venues, the tennis and equestrian centers, has had to lay off workers and hasn't paid suppliers.
Right.
The athletes are also being affected. We reached Davilani Cruz by phone. He is part of Brazil's national taekwondo team. He says a monthly stipend provided by Brazil's Ministry of Sport hasn't been paid in 5 months. I think this isn't something that should be happening in an Olympic year, he says. We athletes depend on the stipend to travel to competitions, and we don't have a lot of other support. So we end up lagging behind because of this, he says. At an event this week marking the opening of another Olympic athletic stadium, Rio's mayor, Eduardo Paes, was pummeled with questions about the hospital crisis and the budget cuts.
So we have enough money to do everything that's supposed to deliver. As you can see here, we are not China, we are not England, we are not a rich country. So every time I can cut some of the budget of the Olympics, we will do it. This is not going to be Olympics of wasting money.
So the mayor is selling the crisis as a good thing. Marcelo Barreto, the TV host, says what's happened to Brazil might serve as a lesson to other countries who are considering hosting the Games.
It's so much money to be spent in a 3-week sports event. And if a third world country could deliver this message or help delivering this message, I think it would be a very positive role in the history of Olympics. I'll be more than glad.
So, a very slim silver lining. Lourdes Garcia Navarro, NPR News, Rio de Janeiro.
All right, guys. Okay. Did you listen to the podcast, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Someone is playing the Zika virus. Who is that?
The Zika virus is
I
is
am listening.
a pandemic caused by it's a
Please,
virus that is
yes,
caused.
but uh, whoever is listening to the podcast about the Zika virus, could you please turn off? Could you please turn it off? Because we are hearing the same thing, guys. I think
Uh,
it's me. I'm sorry. Oh my. Okay, I'm so sorry. All right. So Marta, could you catch the first answer? What was the initial reaction in Brazil about the Olympic Games?
um, it was a lot that they said. I don't remember exactly, but I don't think mostly of people are agree with the Olympic Games to be held in Brazil because
Yes,
of the
now,
recession and
but
the healthcare problems, especially in hospitals and all the money that they plan to spend on the Olympics um, is needed for the current situation in Brazil, especially related with healthcare.
yes, it's the feeling now. But at the beginning, Arthur, could you catch what was the initial reaction in Brazil?
Yeah, in the podcast says that the initial reaction was very positive
Mm-hmm.
because the economy was good and our money was getting stronger.
Yes,
That was they say.
yes, thank you very much. Uh-huh. Yes. MP, how has the situation changed? What are some problems that have appeared?
Well,
Do you remember?
when they received the assignation of being the host, well, the situation in Brazil was different. The economy was much better.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, they are about to to have the inauguration of the Olympic Games. The situation is other because most of the economy is they depends on oil prices, and the oil prices are low, so the economy is bad. Also, they are suffering from this illness that affecting the babies, and
Yes.
it's also it's a concern for the people because of the low prices of the oil, and the state cannot invest much money on the hospitals. They are afraid of that. But even though they are facing this situation, they have to be the host. So they don't have another choice. They have to do it. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Thank you very much. The economy was doing well, was going well. Then, out of the blue, the economy crashed. There were some scandals about corruption and panic over the mosquito-borne diseases and so on. What's the feeling now, Aka, the general feeling nowadays in Brazil?
General feeling, I think uh, there's a feeling of disappointment in the air with Brazilian itself. People
Mm-hmm.
are concerned with more pressing urgent things right now. Maybe other things. People maybe began to feel other things is more important than the Olympic Games or holding Olympic events. like health healthcare problem, or or a budget problem, or scandal, corruption.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Kim. Martha, what was going on at the hospital? Did you catch that?
I think there was a woman that
Yes.
left her husband in the hospital. I think he was hospitalized, or he needed to be
No,
hospitalized.
he gave birth outside the hospital.
He get what?
Birth.
Birth?
She had a child. She had a baby outside the hospital because it was really crowded, chaotic. Dozen people waiting to get the help they needed.
So
Uh-huh.
what is the relation with the fact of doing the Olympic Games?
The money, because some people say that the money should be invested in the healthcare,
Yes,
in the
yes,
education.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Martha.
Yeah.
Arthur, how is the economic situation? How are Olympic buildings dealing with this?
Yeah, we are in a crisis, more
Mm-hmm.
a political crisis than a financial crisis. The government is not spending our money efficiently. They are getting everything for them. And for the Olympics, the things are simply not ready. Things that should be ready already are not. There is the metro and some
Mm-hmm.
stadiums. And
Yes.
the waters on Bahia de Guanabara are not clean as they should be. They say that they will clean the water, but they don't. So the situation is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. MP, what do some athletes say?
What is what?
Some athletes.
Yes, they are also disappointed because they have not been paid in the last few months. Yeah, probably that is going to affect the results when they are in the competitions. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They haven't received the salary, so they also have been affected for the crisis.
Yes, that's true. Thank you very much. Cruz said, I think this isn't something that should be happening in an Olympic year. We athletes depend on the stipend to travel to competitions, and we don't have a lot of other support. So we end up lagging behind. Thank you very much, Impi. Aka, how does the mayor feel? What
The
did he
mayor
say?
mayor said it's okay. Maybe yeah, enough money to do everything, and if uh, if it is necessary, we can cut some budget of the Olympic game. That's
Yes, well done.
yes.
Hmm. Well done, Aka. Thank you very much. Good listening skills. Okay. Alright, guys. Now, let's try to match the first column with the second column, okay?
No.
Alright, Martha. You can choose a word, any word, and try to match with the definition.
Okay. I think gloomy must be very excited.
Gloomy means the opposite of very excited.
Sad, depressing.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay. Arthur, your turn. Oops, hold on. Arthur.
To lag, to fall behind.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. 1 second. All right, MP, your turn.
It's depend. Payment.
Exactly. Okay, 1 second. Okay, Ken.
Barrage to attack.
Barrage. No. Try
No.
again.
To attack. Hmm. Very excited.
No. Let me give you a sentence. There was a barrage in the prices, for instance. Everyone is going through the roof.
Okay. Huge increase.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Okay, Marta.
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know any words. Impeachment is maybe to remove an official from
Office. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We want the impeachment of Dilma Rousseff. Thank you. Okay, Arthur, your turn. Your turn.
On a high, very excited.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. Okay, MP.
Let me check. I don't know.
Choose anyone.
To pin down, to attack.
No. No. Try again.
I don't know the meaning.
Okay. I don't buy what you are saying. I think it's a shame. I don't buy it. I think it's a shame. What do you think, Andy? I don't believe you. I think what you've been saying is a shame.
Untrue?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Hold on.
Yes.
All right. Ken?
In car, to obtain, get.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. 1 second, guys. What is obtain? here. Okay. Marta, your turn.
Um, um,
We have influx, to Pamel, and to Pindão.
okay. I don't know. To Pommel might be to determine.
No, no.
No.
No. Another verb.
To attack?
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, Arthur. Your turn.
Let me see.
We have
Pin
Pindão.
down to
and
determine.
influx. Yes. Exactly. All right. MP.
Influx, an overwhelming amount.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Ken, what did you take away from this lesson?
Take away means get.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I know some problem in related to Olympic game from this article in Brazil, and I could get new words from this lesson in good discussion.
Okay. Did you like? Did you learn
Yes,
something?
yes, because yes. So I don't know so much about Brazil, but yeah, Japanese newspaper reported, when the demonstration happened in Brazil, maybe last year or something. So yeah, I realized, or maybe there's some problem in Brazil related to the Olympic at that time.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ken. Marta, do you share any of the opinions from this lesson?
Yes, I am totally agree with the people that are suffering all the consequences of all of this. But this is what happens every year, and every time that happens the same on the World Cup 2015, and now it's happening with this Olympics, and it seems that this is not going to change ever. The interest to do this kind of events is bigger, and I don't know, because it must be a very big business. There must be a lot of money behind of that, and it's not going to change. The people is going to suffer the consequences always, and no matter what. But this kind of events has to be done no matter what. No matter what are the consequences, no matter what is going to happen with the crisis, economical, hospitals, education, healthcare. No matter what, these kind of things are going to happen. So I'm not agree with that kind of things. When there is biggest and more serious priorities to attend than just an event that just lasts a couple of weeks, and then nobody will talk about it anymore. And I don't know. I'm not agree with that. So I definitely am with the people who is taking the worst of this, the consequences.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Marta. Arthur, do you feel more optimistic or pessimistic about the games in Rio?
Yeah, I don't really know. I am split it in that because in one hand we have an interesting opportunity to watch the games, and it's a worldwide event here in my city. That's it's very exciting. but the pay, in the other hand, the payoff is too high. So I don't know. For me, it's a paradox.
So you are torn. You are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Thank you. MP, do you think it's significant that a Latin American country is hosting the Olympics?
Well, in some aspect, I think it's good that people around the world can understand that uh, in our area we are able to host an event so huge like this. But in the other side, in the other hand, I said, well, maybe all the money or that you are invested, probably you should use in real problems that are going to affect a lot of part of the population. So there are, yeah,
Uh-huh.
in some way, in some way, you are going to be in the news because of the actions that you do or the action that you don't, because you are just using this money that it would be more useful to just use for health, for example, that in the middle of this crisis. But it's a compromise that you are already took 7 years ago, that you didn't know what is going to happen with the economic situation. So that is something that now you have to face, just to show that you are responsible and that you are able, capable to do it.
Thank you very much, MP. Okay, Ken, now that you heard a little bit about my country and what's going on, in your opinion, what's the real Brazil?
Mm, I don't know. In my image, Brazil is a large country and which a lot of people are living there and a lot of different climates and people mainly immigrate to Brazil, so immigrant nation. So origin of Brazil is quite different from Japan, so it's a very unique country from my point of view, and maybe they have a lot of things which we don't have in Japan. For example, maybe multicultural situation. Maybe
Mhm.
Japanese society is not so advanced in terms of multicultural things. So,
Yes, we have a lot of diversity
mhm,
and yes, we have some good things, not just drawbacks. Thank you very
mhm,
much. Okay, now to wrap up the hangout, I'd like to have a kind of role play. Martha and Arthur. Martha, you are going to argue for the Olympic Games. You know, you are going to play the devil advocate. I know that you don't share the opinion that it's going to be good for Brazil, but you have to be for the Olympic Games. And Arthur, you are going to agree against. Okay?
yeah,
Okay.
it's going to
All
be
right.
easier for me.
Okay, you may begin.
uh, yeah, I think the Olympics are going to be very bad because the athletes are going to be sick with Zika virus and chikungunya, and in my opinion, the government should cancel the whole thing and ask for forgiveness because in the end, it's not gonna be well worth it.
But this is a great opportunity for Brazil to show the world the greatness of the country as a hoster country to hold such an event like an Olympics. And It already demonstrated in the last World Cup. It was a huge event, and Brazil now is known not only for the samba, but also for having a really good worldwide event. So I think this is great for you as a country, and to be even more known that you already are.
Well, we are going only to show another time that we are not prepared, that the things here are not treated really seriously, and we cannot get
But
things
who
done on
cares? Who's
time.
gonna think about that sad things right now? Everything is, is euphoric. You're gonna have a big event that any country like Japan, for example, such a metropolis, such a modern country, such a wow country, would love to have it in for them. So you should be very proud and happy and pride of having such an honor.
Yeah, but in the end of the day, we still have to pay for all of this, and we are taking the money of health to pay this
Yeah,
another
but who cares?
carnival.
The most important is the event. The most important is to figure out around the world. We are bigger, we're having this great event. We are going to be more known, more famous. We have the best athletes. All the best athletes for all over the world are going to be here. So who cares about the people who's suffering? It's just 3 weeks. They go fast.
Yeah, I think I'll have to agree with you. You know, people die every time. People are
Yes,
dying
yes, one
everywhere.
or two more
There's
or
no,
less doesn't
there are too
count.
many people
The most
on the
important
world.
is
I guess some
the party time.
can die, so we can watch this amazing event
All
here in
right.
Brazil.
Thank you. Martha, you were persuasive. Okay.
And what?
Thank you. All right. Now, MP and Aka. Okay. MP, you are an athlete and you are complaining because you don't think that you have been receiving the support you deserve. And Ken, you are the mayor and you have to stand up for yourself. You have to say that the crisis is a good thing, and then to say that something to stood for you, something to stand up for yourself. Okay,
Okay.
I hope it's clear. Okay,
Well,
Roleplay?
you are the
yeah.
mayor and
Okay.
MP is an athlete complaining about the situation and the lack of resources and so on.
Yes,
Okay.
I am really disappointed because we are not having the money to go to the competitions abroad. So the results for all the athletes, it's going to be very poor in the competitions. Probably we are going to be the last at the competition, and we are the host. So it's really, really annoying.
Mm. Don't worry about that because we can deal with that. For example, we could deal with the past World Cup games. So why not for the Olympic Games? And uh, we fairly kind of spend the budget uh, in a very effective way. So we create new types of school Olympic games here. So don't worry about that too much about that. So
Yeah,
just
but
yeah.
the difference in between the World Cup is because you are the host, your team is already participating. But now we have to get our spot in the competitions. And if we don't go out for the competitions, how we are going to get the marks that we need for being participating.
Yeah. So I think maybe it's a worldwide event. So to be successful, to success this Olympic game, not individual athlete achievement. Maybe we can think this Olympic game as a whole. If the Olympic Games succeeded as a whole, I think it succeeded. Brazilian Olympics succeeded. So
Yeah,
we
but
don't have.
in what sport we are going to lead? Which one?
Mm,
We haven't
yeah.
received our salaries. We didn't have money to go. Even we didn't have the money to pay for all the supplements that we need to get
Yes. So yes, we are dealing that problem now, and actually we will reduce the budget of Olympic Games. Uh, you know,
yeah,
because
but
uh,
our salaries are very important. You cannot cut that. We have a few months that we haven't received any money, and we have been patient, but we are just about to um, 5 months or now or less. What we are supposed to do?
yes, that's a big problem, and actually I think corruption issue will be solved quickly, and
How? Are you going to get more sponsors to pay for our travel, for our supplements and all the shoes that we need, the clothes that we need?
Mhm.
No, the authorities haven't done anything yet, and we don't have time.
Yeah, so we are seriously dealing with this problem now, and I think we can make it.
Yeah,
But
you
at
sounds
the
like
same
a
time,
politician.
yes, I'm a politician. I'm a mayor, so I should be like a politician. So,
That is not good for me. It's not a campaign. This is serious.
so and yeah, I think it's very serious. So we are,
Probably you
uh,
have to share your salary with us.
yeah, I'm willing to do that. I won't do any corruption.
So I am going to send you my bank account number.
Yeah, my not the bank account number, but my revenue is always open for on public every year.
Oh, well,
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed my hangout, and I hope to see you all again soon. If you have any suggestion for me, please give me, a topic or something like that. I will end the transmission. Hold on.